Yeah, this build you need adrenaline surge, by the way. Just to activate speed demon. Just a quick heads up. Uh, this is kind of the stats I got right now. Not that close yet. They want to go 6 vitality, 6 song chant. Okay. Oh, I need that actually. Not. Honestly, I don't even know why I make these lie. It's just like convenient for me. You know what I'm saying? $20K. Okay. Okay. Oh,
Prop 5 knows a thriving community starts with its people. But today, local community members like nurses, firefighters, and teachers.
10 years of doctors cobbling him back together. Metal rods in every limb, pins stabilizing his spine, 5 screws, and a titanium plate from his skull.
Can't do MRIs. X-rays are probably going to be useless as well. Every piece of metal is
And house isn't sick.
Why would you say that?
Cuddy dumped him in the house somewhere expecting us to indulge him while he ignores his job and licks his wounds.
Cuddy dumped him?
Don't do that. Don't get sucked in.
He loves her. What, you can't feel bad for him for 5 minutes?
I can feel bad for him while still expecting him to act like an adult, show up for work, and not go on a booze, Vicodin, and hooker-filled bender.
which is why, for now, we're going to handle the case without him.
Oh, is that the reason? I thought it was because you can't pass off any chance to seize control.
I said we. You want pretty please, too?
Wait, I understand the booze and the hookers, but why Vicodin?
Wow, you really don't have any friends in here, do you?
House is a Vicodin addict. He's been clean for 2 years.
He's used here at work?
It's very troubling. This is the fact that our patient has a ruptured diaphragm, cracked sternum, broken nose, and partial hearing loss, which can be explained by a bull jumping on him, and a neurological disorder, low-grade fever, nausea, and peripheral.
What is the hearing loss from the cause? Can you notice it? Energy can affect the equilibrium and cause disorientation, making it appear to be a neurological disorder.
So how do we confirm? CT is just going to show us the plate and screws on the skull.
We do caloric and CT. Even or damage, it'll affect his balance.
Sounds good. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Really?
What if one of us disagrees?
I have to agree, Foreman. Go do it.
You said my junior year was fine.
Previous test was for regular people. You were better than having the accident, but given your athletic
It
ability...
wasn't no accident. That bull had malice and forethought.
What is it?
Can you blame him?
Not at all. If he don't do what he gets paid for, I don't get to do what I get to do.
Get afraid of doing something else? You're running out of bones to break.
You ever think of doing something you don't love? It has its downside, but everything does. There ain't nothing like those 8 seconds. Traveling around getting new fans, that ain't so bad either, if you know what I mean. All right, now what?
We're going to start rocking the platform and changing your visual field while you balance on just your right leg.
Here's a minute. I'm gonna start slow.
If you start to experience any nausea or disorientation, just let us know and we'll stop the test.
You got it.
You can stop. There's obviously nothing wrong with his inner ear. Now what? And I direct that question not to my boss, but to anyone else.
It's not in his ear, it's got to be his brain.
But if we can't get any images, then how do
You
we...
guys got some rusty pipes. This water's brown.
Pipes. It's from your mouth.
What took you so long?
There's nothing wrong with his ears, but he's got blood in his sputum.
Doesn't answer the question.
We're in a woody.
It took us a little time to think up a diagnostic test. No one has thought up before.
Apology accepted.
It could be a tumor in a salivary gland. We should get a prodded biopsy.
Oh, that's so cute. You're fighting over who's in charge.
GI bleed's more likely to
Explain the nausea and weakness.
Who's in charge?
House, as long as you're not here, someone has to have the final...
Let me rephrase. Who's your daddy?
Let me rephrase. You have to decide if you're gonna buck up, get out of bed.
do your job, or if you're gonna wallow in self-pity.
Those my only two choices? Or can I also point out the self-pity coming from you? You're just annoyed because when your relationship ended, no one gave a crap. It was you.
That is not true in so many ways.
Chase stops worrying about Foreman. And Foreman, no. Till the telephone gets uninvented, no one in that room needs more authority than I give them. And right now, I give you the authority to scope his GI tract and biopsy his parotid. Then you can pick up the phone.
House, should we be more worried about you? Are you on Vicodin? Because if you are, you probably shouldn't be ordering procedures.
I am not on Vicodin. Do the tests. I had to see a man about a hurdy-gurdy.
Scleroid turned yellow. In X-rays, looks like there's a mass in his liver, but the conductive metal rod in his ribs is blocking it.
Making it, as they say, as tough to find as a hooker who could play the hurdy-gurdy.
If you have a point, can you
It's
please...
an expression. Means it's tough, but apparently it can be done.
I don't have any equipment.
You have eyes,
Not the see-through stuff.
obviously.
You want us to cut him open?
Only if you want to see what's wrong with him. Do you know Freebird?
You see what I see?
Who's that?
Definitely saw X-rays.
It's not.
You,
On the cuff.
I get Duke.
House, how many prostitutes have you had?
As in, ever? This year.
Slept with since you've been here?
All but one. She did my the other day were outside of
We would assume that you have a fecal tear or systemically abused.
detached cyst.
Couldn't migrate that far in 1 hour. We haven't been sitting on our hands just waiting for you to release.
Okay, so down intermittently swollen lymph nodes.
Kia, movement that inspires.
That would mean it's some kind of an infection, so we'd have to do a spinal check. But with his recent skull fractures, it could be an increased ICP. His brain could herniate.
what about a ventricular puncture?
Sounds good.
You think sticking a needle directly into his brain would be less dangerous than sticking it in his spine?
It's probably a push. I'm just trying to get you out of here because underneath this sheet, stuff is going on. Just pick a spot and stick it in.
You want to drill through my skull? Match this knot?
It was. He's wrong. Find it.
Anybody you'd like us to call? Like to be here with you, with your wife.
But no, my family's all back in Oklahoma, and the guys in the circuit are in Calgary next rodeo.
Just have somebody nearby you can talk to. Who cares?
You okay? I'm just saying, it's good to have somebody nearby to talk to. Who cares?
Okay, fine. I like him. So what?
No kidding. Just can't figure out why.
Neither can I. Looks clear. Nothing suggests inflammation. Something's wrong.
Oh, two stats of plummeting. We need to intubate. Drop the table. I can't get it in.
Stairways block. Get the trick kit. O2, we're going back up.
What's that smell?
He defecate?
Doesn't look like it.
I think it's his feet. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, it's definitely his feet.
Doesn't look like it.
I think it's his feet. Oh. Oh, man. Oh.
Tick tock. Time to react. Huge thank you to ShipStation for sponsoring this video. Let's get started. Whoop, you said it first.
What do you mean Pringles aren't potatoes?
So Pringles used to be called, on the packaging, Pringle potato chips or Pringle chips. The FDA made them remove the chips because they're not chips.
They taste so good.
They do.
Hold on, they are chips. They're potatoes. Is that the #1 ingredient?
When you look at Pringles, and you can go research it, they're not potato.
The easiest fact check I've ever done on the channel. Pringles ingredients. #1 ingredient, dehydrated potato.
They're a crushed up powder. They crush up this, it's just like chemicals and
They're dried potatoes, bro.
there's 0% potato in a Pringle.
It's so easy to go on Wikipedia. Like, do you think Wikipedia is secretly lobbying for Pringles right now? Overhead earth press. Oh, that's really good. I don't know the image.
Pay $14.99 a month for a streaming app, and $9.99 a month for a mobile app, and $12.99 for a YouTube app, and more money for a bunch of other apps. That really adds up. So why not get YouTube Premium for $13.99? It's like having all those and the entire world of YouTube uninterrupted. With wallets and banks. If wallets could talk. YouTube Premium. Try 1 month free.
Okay, you probably do that. But it's still really hard to do, so major props.
My boyfriend and my dad are playing with dry ice. I really don't think you're supposed to be touching that with your bare hands.
A, dry ice causes frostbite very quickly because of ice. B, as it melts, it releases carbon dioxide into the air, and they look like they're in an enclosed environment. It can displace oxygen, leading to nausea, vomiting, fainting, even death in the environment is very close. So you gotta have good circulation. Thank you.
All right.
Why are you holding it? Why does social media do this to my fragile world? Don't they know about Kapusobo's cardiomyopathy? It's literally a stressful event that causes such pain to your near and dear heart. It actually causes a type of heart attack. Oh! How is she doing that? No, I don't understand. Oh, that can cause a concussion, especially falling on the back of your head like that. I mean, there is padding, but still, anytime you have force that suddenly changes direction, the more abrupt that force is, the more damage done to your body. Obviously, having the cushion slows down that impact, but still, God, stunt people take abuse on their bodies. That's a pretty high jump, matching his own height there. Oh! He got me on that one.
So I'm out sunbathing in the garden yesterday.
No way this is real.
And I forgot to take my face mask off. I'm really not happy, guys.
Is this a filter or is this makeup? Looks questionable. What are we looking at here? Okay. Massive hyperflexibility, which isn't always good. It can be good in some cases, especially if you're properly trained, but it could also predispose you to injury. See, I don't think this is a particularly good exercise. It's just using a lot of momentum, putting a lot of strain on joints. I'm reviewing it as if it's an actual exercise. It's probably not. It's a person doing TikTok. And you know what other person would agree with me? Is POV, me after my 6 a.m. alarm, the world really needs another day. I have a confession to make. When I was a resident, my alarm rang. I had no problem getting up because I thought it needed me. When I was a student in college, every time my alarm rang, I went to instantly scheming into how I can get this absence excused, or if I really needed to be in this class. This is the most expensive restaurant in America. They don't take any reservations, and you need a membership to even check in. But once you're in, the head chef crafts you a personalized 3-day tasting menu, complete with 24/7 private room service and an all-you-can-drink minibar. But oh, little IV saline. The absolute highlight of the entire weekend was the solid food course on day 3, which was well worth the over $10,000 price tag. I wonder what kind of procedure he had. Because a lot of times, if someone has a GI procedure, we slowly graduate them back to their regular diet. And actually, one of the things we check for post-abdominal surgery is 1, if someone's passing gas, and 2, if they're having stool, because that tells us that there's no obstruction. And we know that any abdominal surgery creates a higher risk of something known as abdominal adhesion, where you create these little scar tissues that actually can tighten around an intestine, leading to an obstruction.
I got an ice cream cone stuck in my mouth.
Stuck in the mouth, or are we biting down and not? Well, if she was biting down, it would probably crack the cone. Oh, is this lockjaw? Lockjaw can happen for a variety of reasons. One could be muscular in nature, a condition known as trismus. But a lot of times when the mouth is open like that, it's probably an issue of the TMJ, and there dislocations happen and all sorts of other issues that can cause lockjaw to occur. Is there a sound effect? What? That's a diesel neck. You could really bruise your cartilaginous, I always struggle with that word, C-rings around your trachea. Oh, he said my posterior scalenes are more diesel than yours, bruh. No, that was some next level Matrix, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon move. I feel like that flagging one was shot in reverse. That's my perception, but I could be wrong. My boyfriend planned a movie date night. He set out all my favorite snacks. Chips, toast, cheers. Well, that's hard to do with those glasses. Movie time. He wants to watch the footage from his knee surgery a couple summers ago. That's legit something I would want to do. You know, it'd be weird if he put on his colonoscopy. But that probably wouldn't be right for him unless he has a family history risk or has some sort of symptoms. We start screening at age 45 unless there's a family history or, again, symptoms. And if there are symptoms, it's not screening, it's diagnostic colonoscopy. Important distinction.
You know you want to be a traveling nurse, so we hooked you up with some. Check this out.
What? Is it an MRI machine?
Mobile CAT scan machine.
No, that is so much concern about ionizing radiation. Exhibit's just like, yeah. Let's take a minute and talk about ShipStation, the fastest, most affordable way to ship products to your customers. These days, smart tech is all around us. Smartphones, smart TVs, smart refrigerators for some reason. So if all that stuff is getting smarter, why can't shipping get smarter too? That's exactly what I love about ShipStation, who can help you achieve exceptional shipping efficiency with an all-in-one order fulfillment system that integrates with over 180 of the most popular e-commerce platforms, marketplaces, and carriers. You see, your entire shipping process can be managed in their easy-to-use dashboard, allowing you to automate your shipping process no matter the size of your business, whether you're just getting started or you've grown into a full-on enterprise. Over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce business thanks to ShipStation, and 98% of companies that use them for 1 year become customers for life. Not to mention, you can get up to 89% off USPS, DHL Express, and UPS rates. Lead your e-commerce business into a smarter future with the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to shipstation.com/Dr. Mike to sign up for your free 60-day trial. Get back to your TikToks.
Went to the doctor to get checked out. He said, everything's really good. He goes, I do want to let you know, though, you are pre-diabetic.
Pre-diabetes is when your numbers, either your fasting blood sugar, hemoglobin A1C, which shows the average of your blood sugar for 3 months, falls into a specific category that's before diabetes, but also not. And we consider pre-diabetes meaning that if we can change certain lifestyle habits, we can actually get you out of the pre-diabetic phase, because once you fall into the category of diabetes, that's for life. Even if you control with just diet and exercise, you still have an increased risk and you're still considered a diabetic or someone who has diabetes.
Do I have diabetes? He goes, no. But I could get diabetes? He goes, yes.
It's like you're on the verge, but it's a time to act.
Do you have diabetes? He goes, no. I go, but could you get diabetes? He said, I guess so. Let me tell you something, you're pre-diabetic.
Not exactly. Oh my God. No, no, no. And I know most people are saying, like, you're saying no because you're worried about his skin. Yes, but that's not actually why I was saying no. Do you know what's happening to this poor guy's neck? Why he's ripping his face off, literally? Every time you do that, you create a reflexive response of the muscle trying to protect the neck and the spinal cord. And what you get is a torn muscle. Maybe not completely torn, but at least on a microscopic level torn. That's actually what we call a pulled muscle. A pulled muscle is micro tears. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking at officially. This is a person who's facing one way on the bottom and the other way on top. I'm gonna guess this is a Zach King-esque type, but it's really well made. I have friends, won't name them, when we were wearing our Apple Watches, we were tracking and competing against one another. They would do unethical things with their Apple Watch to try and trick it, including shaking their arms, moving around, and even putting it in the dryer to just have it spin. Unethical. Cheating.
Are you holding in your farts? Holding in your farts, what you're actually doing is it's going into your intestines and permeating into your bloodstream.
Okay. If that was the case, why do you have a sphincter under your control that could prevent you from farting? Just putting it out there. I'm not saying hold in your farts by any means. Actually, I had a whole discussion on Armchair Expert about that.
Let's talk about sphincters, because sphincter control is awesome.
But if you hold in your fart for a reasonable amount of time, in some extreme conditions, because I have to predicate that with social media, you'll be fine. The point is not to do it to some extreme amount, or if you have an extreme condition. And if you're having significant
No. How the hell does that happen, bro? no way they just leave the game conveniently. There's no way, bro. Dog. There's no way there's two keys.